Good morning, children, and I hope you're ready for your next maths lesson, the final one of the week. Well done for all the learning you have been doing all this week. We are so proud of you. Now, you may recognise the learning question, but there's a slight twist. It says, can I interpret pictograms showing 2, 5 or 10? I wonder what that means. Now, what I want you to think about now, before we move on to finding out what that means, who can remember what does the word interpret mean? Have a think now. What does interpret mean? Can anyone remember what data means? What's data? Let's show you. Here they are. Here are those very important vocabulary. Did you get it right? Interpret is to understand something, really, to understand the meaning of any given information. And data is information related to a thing, such as a person or a place. Let's start with today's lesson. So here we have another pictogram. Now, whenever you look at pictogram, it's really important to first look at the key that shows you what the pictogram means and represents. If I show you here, the key, we have a blue rectangle, and a blue rectangle today equals 5. So if you see a blue rectangle, it equals 5. Yesterday, it only equaled 1. So today we're looking at pictograms that represent either 2, 5 or 10. So today you'll have to get your multiplication skills ready and rocking to go. So let's have a look here. So here we have a pictogram to show the number of birds that have visited a place. So we have the blackbird, the robin, the sparrow, thrush and magpie. And remember, each blue block represents 5. So let's show you with the blackbird. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So if we count in 5, count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 blackbirds. And for the robin, we just have 1 block, which is equal to 5. So there are 5 robins. The sparrow, count with me. Are you ready? 5, 10, 15. And there are no blue blocks in the thrush section, so there's 0. How many magpies? Did you get it right? There's 10. Well done. Here we have some questions. Let's see if we can answer them. How many more sparrows are there than robins? So we have to check the sparrows. We can see here that there are 15, and with the robin there's only 5. When we look at this pictogram, we can see that the sparrow has 2 extra blue blocks than the robin. And we know that it's 2 5s, so that makes 10. There are 10 more sparrows than robins. The next question says, what is the total number of birds? And to do this, yeah, you've guessed it, you have to count in 5s all the blocks that are on this pictogram. Let's start by counting the blackbirds and then working our way to the right. Are you ready? Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50 birds in total. And the question then asks, how did you calculate this? Well, of course, we counted each block and we counted in 5s, because today, in this pictogram, the block means 5. Can you think of your own questions to ask a friend? If you can think of any, write them down. Maybe get someone else in your house to answer them. Now this purple question is like a challenge. How can we represent 0 on a pictogram? Well, of course, if you're using a pictogram, it would be empty. So you can see for the thrush, there were no thrushes visiting the garden that day. So there are no blocks, it's completely empty, and that represents 0. Are you ready for the next activity? You're going to interpret this pictogram. But first, before you do it, check the key. This rectangle, this yellowy white rectangle, represents 10 vehicles. It says equals to 10 vehicles. So each block represents 10. So get ready to count in tens. Here we have some different means of travel. Let's see if we can work them out. And there's a little bit of a trick in here. I wonder if you know. Let's start with the truck. How many trucks are there? There's one block. Means there's just 10 trucks. How many limos? It's completely empty. So there are no limos. 0. And for the car, let's count them together. Are you ready? 10, 20, 30. 30 cars. And the bus, there's just 10 again. Let's count the van. Ready? 10, 20. Oh, hang on a minute. This block is only half of a normal one. What does that mean? I know. It must mean that it's half of 10, which means 5. So we now know that's a 5. So let's try and count that again. The van. You ready? Count with me. 10, 20 plus 5 makes 25. 25 vans. Let's see if you can answer the questions. How many cars were seen more than buses? Let's have a look at the pictogram. We know there are 10 buses and 30 cars. How many more extra cars are there than buses? Well, you can look at the pictogram and see that there are actually 2 extra blocks, which means, and both are in tens, so 2 tens makes, that's right, 20. There are 20 extra cars than buses, or 20 more cars than buses. This question, what is the total number of vehicles? You ready to count? Let's go. I'm going to start with the truck. Ready? Go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 5 makes 75. Were you quicker than me? Well done, everyone. Oh, and for this pictogram, can you think of your own question to ask a friend, or ask your mum or dad, or a sister or brother? See if you can think of one. Now I've gone through the first activities with you, I wonder if you can do this one all by yourself. I'm going to instruct you just to start, then I want you to stop the video, pause it, and then see if you can answer it yourself before I give away the answers. Off you go. Right, everyone. Did you first look at the key? That's right, always check the key with the pictogram. We can see that one yellow block makes 10 vehicles, equals 10 vehicles. So each one represents 10. And if you have a half, that's right, you have to halve it, which means one of these blocks represents 5 vehicles. Let's start with the bicycle. How many bicycles are there? 10, 20, 30. Well done. How many motorcycles? Just 10. How many cars? 10, 20. And how many vans? 10 plus 5 makes 15. Did you get that part right? Let's answer the 3 questions. How many bicycles were seen more than motorcycles? Let's look at this a bit closer. So we know that there are 10 motorcycles and 30 bicycles. We can see that there are 2 blocks more bicycles than motorcycles. Each block is a 10, 2 lots of 10 makes 20. There are 20 more bicycles than motorcycles. What is the total number of vehicles? What did you get? Are you ready? Let's count. I'm going to be super speedy this time. Ready, steady, go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Add 5, make 75. Did you get it right? Did you think of your own question to ask a friend or family member? Right, here we have another pictogram for you to interpret. But before we look at it closely, I want you to look at the purple questions at the bottom. What does this pictogram show? What doesn't it show? What's the first thing that we need to look for when we are interpreting a pictogram? The key. That's right. On this pictogram there's no key, so we can't tell what each triangle represents. We'll have to have a little guess. Let's think that this could mean that one triangle represents 2. Okay? Which is the most popular sport? You should know that really quickly, even without counting. It's football, of course. Football has the most triangles. How many children voted for football and swimming? If we think that a triangle represents 2, let's count in 2s. Are you ready? Ready, go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 for football. If we think that a triangle means 2, then what does the swimming represent? It must mean 1. Without a key, we have to work it out for ourselves. Now we have a challenge for you to do. It says, use the pictogram to decide if the statements are true or false. So the pictogram is on your left of the screen and it's showing animals and the number you will have on a farm. They're using stars to represent 10 animals. So 1 star makes 10 animals. Remember, if there's half a star, what does that make? That's right, 5. So what I suggest is with a piece of paper, I want you to write down how many pigs there are, how many sheep, how many horses, how many chickens and how many cows there are. Then I want you to read the statements and write down if they're true or false. Write it on your piece of paper. Let's look at the first statement together. It says, horses were the least popular animal. Now you have to look at your pictogram and interpret it. Least popular means the less or the lowest number of animals. Which one at a glance has the lowest number of animals? That's right, it's horses with only 1 star, which makes 10 horses. And it says here, horses were the least popular animal. So that statement matches the pictogram. So we would write true. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 more statements for you to read and to write down whether you think they are true or false. Good luck. Here are the answers, everybody. Did you get them right? Well done, everyone. Now what I'd like you to do, you're going to have a choice of the 3 levels for maths, the mild, the spicy and the hot, to practice your interpreting of pictograms. It's the final day of pictograms. We're going to be doing something new on Monday. Good luck, enjoy it and keep going. Well done, everyone.